Hey everybody, today we're here with Tony Horton, the man, the myth, the legend.
I don't know.
Hey, at least in his own mind, right Tony?
That's pretty much true.
And we've just taken him on a tour of the USP facility where we make TH Care by Tony Horton.
By me.
We want to talk a little bit about that first before we start off and open up to the folks.
To anything and everything. Food, exercise, all of it. But we're here at the facility today.
Yeah, I'm not here after that. You remember that.
Totally
I'll be the host and I'll facilitate the questions so you can look like a gangster that you are. Yeah,
thank you.
I love it. So, Tony, you had the chance. I mean, you've been here many times, but now we're getting down to the brass tacks. This is where we have all the new products. We went over how we do it, why we do it. Tell the folks what you've learned today, and we'll talk about it.
Well, we've been in this venture now for a couple of years, and most people looking in are pretty aware of P90X, X2, X3, 22-minute hardcore, all the products I've done. Obviously, a lot of folks drinking Shakeology and the performance line and stuff that I've done with Beachbody. But, the story goes, and it's absolutely true. I moved out to California from Connecticut, and I destroyed my skin. I was in those sun tanning booths 3 days a week, out in the sun with the reflector, the whole 9 yards, and as healthy as I felt on the inside, as far as flexibility and strength and endurance and all those types of things, I was really kind of fighting a battle on the outside. So I was very lucky to meet Patrick maybe 3 years ago now. You came to the house.
I think it was more now.
Was it more than that?
Yeah, because you know what happened is once we did the show, I had the show, the Health Beauty Life show, and a lot of people have seen that. Obviously, there's almost 1 million views now. So what happened is that I gave you some products because I make hair care products.
That's right. You make hair care, skin care, all of it. And so, we met and we had this great show, and you put me on the cover of the magazine. Thank you very much. And you just started sending me boxes and boxes of stuff. And my wife, Shawn, and I were dating at the time. We're just madly in love with the stuff, you know what I mean? And then I turned to Shawn one day and I said, what if I called Patrick and he'd see if he could make something from my straw hair and my alligator skin. Just kind of formulate something for me. And, because you're a bud and we get along. Do without question. And a lot of it didn't even have any scent yet. We were just sort of like, hey, this is paraben free, it's sulfate free. We got some resurrection plant in there. We got some aloe. We got some allanton in there. And I didn't even know what the hell any of that was. And in the pH balance, we talked about that. And I said, okay, well, what's the deal with the pH balance? And you said it's got to be 4.5 to 5.5. Really important. You don't want your skin to overreact and get oily. You don't want it to be really dry. And so you just kind of made me this thing without any scent in it yet.
Yep. And you wanted to kind of say, hey, Patrick, is there any way that, I know there's new rules in California with Prop 65 and all. Yep. I go, hey, Tony, don't worry. We have to adhere to that. Well, can we go a little further? Can we make it like Whole Food compliant list? And I said, okay.
Well, okay.
I'm being honest.
He told me about that. I didn't know that was a thing. And then I said, oh, well, that's an important thing for my fans out there.
Yeah.
Look, there's my name is on it, right?
Yeah,
so if we're gonna put my name on it, it's got and we got to keep the price in it, at least a place where people can afford it. So there was a lot of, it was a multi-year process, not multi, but a little over a year process, especially with the scent. We got scent after scent after scent. It just.
Well, you know why? You talk about scent, we call it fragrance.
Fragrance, sorry.
You can tell Tony's a workout guy, but we call it, fragrance. It's a nicer word.
Yes.
The fragrance, yes. But what happened was literally is we tried to get fragrances that were less irritating. And there's not as many of those available.
And not too flowery and not too masculine.
Yeah. European compliant standard fragrance.
European compliant standard
Which tend to be a higher quality, in our opinion.
Yeah.
And we got there. That's what took longest, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And then, of course, your botanicals, your additives, and everything like that.
Right.
So, so we can get into the questions. Just basically some of the standards that we go through that, you want to tour today, maybe you could share with the folks some of the standards that you learn about that are different.
Well, this is an amazing facility. I feel like I'm at NASA. You know what I mean? And there's these huge vats everywhere of shampoos and lotions and creams and all of it. And so, my purpose today was just to learn more, to actually be here, to drive down about 2 hours south from where I live, up in LA, down here in Oceanside, and just kind of walk and talk and meet people. We met in the lab with 2 of your lab technicians who helped formulate these things. And no, seriously, it just looks like it's just beakers everywhere and lotions and shampoos. And one of the neat things things that I learned, which I was here, is what's the name of that box, the hot box where you keep
the incubator.
The incubator.
Yeah.
So one of the things that's really cool, which is something I think maybe a lot of people want to know, is every one of these products, TH Care, spends 3 months minimum 3 months in the incubator, and it's 45 degrees Celsius, which is about 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And the reason why, and you were telling me a lot of companies they skip that stage of it, because if you've got a bottle of one of these products and you throw it on your dashboard, and you live in Scottsdale, Arizona, or it's the middle of summer or something, and it sits there for days and days and days, when you open it up again, you're still using the same product you had on day one, when it was shipped to your house.
Well, the quality will be there.
It hasn't been mutated in any way.
Yep,
So,
once it gets hot, a lot of products, once they get hot, guys, they don't work anymore. But we ensure that our product, our pH stability, our quality, our ingredients, everything stays where it should be the first day you bought it.
Well, I got to say, and I feel very fortunate. When I met Carl Deichler at Beachbody, and I was just this lone trainer, like a lot of trainers in LA, running around town. I had some pretty cool clients. A lot of you know I had Bruce Springsteen and Tom Petty and Billy Idol and Annie Lennox and Ewan McGregor and Usher and these different folks. And it was a pretty good gig, but I was still poor, with a view of a train station, or actually a convalescent home. And, then I, it's all about serendipity, I guess. I was fortunate to meet Carl. And here we are almost 20 years later, and that company has done so well. And I just feel blessed that I wasn't with some other company. That I wasn't with some kind of a hack who was trying to sell some ridiculous, crappy equipment that claims to do everything when it really doesn't. And so I feel the same way about you, man. I really do. I feel like there's a lot of companies out there that are they want to slap my name on stuff that are low quality. And so that's the reason. Part of the reason why this took as long as it did is because I had 1,000 questions about a category that I didn't know anything about.
Right.
I said, so, all right, explain the pH balance. Explain why there's allantoin in the products. Explain what is a sulfate anyway, and what does it do? Oh, it can possibly cause like parabens. That there's studies, and like you say, there's so many different studies. But if there's anything out there that says, oh, that could possibly cause cancer long term, then let's not put it in there.
Yep, but we still wanted to get the performance, which is the tough part. Walking that fine line between being like, a holistic type formula or a Whole Foods type compliant formula and still having it perform. So that's what we've done. We've kind of mastered that. We've got the best of both worlds.
Right.
Yeah. Now remember, the only thing that we make here is professional hair care products and skincare products. We don't do retail. You're our only retail line.
I'm it.
That's it. So we're taking all the professional quality ingredients, which, are more expensive and are more exclusive. And we're putting them right here and making it affordable for the folks.
Groovy.
So it is groovy.
One of the things I want to talk about, a lot of people are aware of our original two, which is Workout here. You guys can see Workout, which is a hair and body wash, obviously. And then the Fitness, which is a face and skin therapy. All right. And so our original, a lot of you who are on auto ship, and there's a lot of you out there, thank you very much. I appreciate it because you're fans and the stuff works, and the feedback's been amazing. We'll look at some of the comments.
Absolutely.
But these were the first two, because as a startup, which is what we were, you don't want to go out there with 15 products, right? And discover that 5 of them don't work.
Well, the theory, Tony, was we wanted something for active people that could wash their hair and their body and then moisturize their skin. That was your challenge.
Yeah.
So we took care of you first.
Well, true.
And then Shauna says, his wife, his lovely wife Shauna, she says, hey, I need some moisture here. My hair's long. It's color treated. Can you take care of me? And so that's how we developed Condition. That was our next product. And
that was kind of for her.
Yeah, it was for her.
And now that my hair's longer, you like it? My new style?
Yeah.
I was kind of in Patrick's ballpark.
Yeah.
But I noticed that, like, when my hair was short, I didn't need conditioner.
No.
I really didn't. It was like you put some gel, pokey poke, and you're done. But now I have to do the workout first in the shower, then I do the Condition, and then I do there it is over there.
Yeah, the Nourish.
And I think it looks pretty good, man.
And this is oils, guys. This is all natural oils. This probably anything of this nature of oils and the quality of this would be in the hundreds of dollars. $50, $90 to $100.
Seriously?
Absolutely.
How can you get this down to, what is it, $19.95? How do you get it
everything's
down?
$19.95. This is one we kind of don't make as much money on. But I feel like I wanted to make everything $19.95, and you agreed, so that we could mix and match them. Like when we do the promos we do.
Oh, the 2-for-1s.
Yes.
Yeah, like
And, you know, sometimes you give to get, right? I want to give people more than they expect. So we're able to do this because we buy large quantities of these different oils for our other products. And then that's why we can make it affordable.
What's the really fanciest oil that's in there?
To me, the evening primrose oil.
Really?
If you look that up, that is, I think, the #1 cosmetic oil. We also have argan oil, macadamia nut, jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, many other oils.
Right.
But for me, the most fancy oil, the most exotic, in my opinion, is the evening primrose oil.
And
that's just amazing.
What does that do?
I mean, if you look it up, not having me do it, if you look at our glossary of ingredients on THCare, it will tell you. But one of the things it does, it actually helps repair your skin. And it's very, very active.
I'll tell you, man.
I know.
I've had precancers taken off my chest, taken off my forehead, taken off my arms, and taken off my back.
And it's an ongoing process because that keeps coming up.
Yeah.
You know, you're 59 now. Are you actually 59
I'm
now?
going to be 59 in a couple of months.
I'm 55 in 2-3 days. So
you
look marvelous. Well, it's the same thing, you know. I mean, and we haven't had any facelifts, nothing. But you know, it's like I can't get yeah, but I got oil. You know, you're dry.
Well, you know,
see,
that's
the difference.
It's
you're
not
dry.
my skin. Thank God.
Yes.
You know, I got a little Italian in there too, which helps. So
yeah, hey Joey, how you doing? Huh?
How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm unbelievable.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, and so that certainly helps. But you know, I hang around a lot of my peers who don't even think about their skin.
Just so you know, I'm not saying anything negative about your peers, okay? But when I was when I was at your wedding, okay, remember?
Yeah.
And my wife, you know, and she's a good-looking lady and everything. We were like, wow, are these Tony's age people? Because they look sort of old. And, you know.
There's a few there. Yeah, we're like,
but they were your age.
Yeah.
You don't put it into perspective until you see that. And there's a difference. Like I say, you take care of your skin. You take care of your body inside and outside. And the people that think they're taking care of their skin and they're buying some name brand or something, they love the foam or they love the smell, they need to be looking at the pH, which you know now.
Right,
it's a huge difference, right?
Right. Well, see, now I'm in, you know, thanks to you and these products, I'm in constant repair mode all the time. And I look at that sun like it's the death ball in the sky. I mean, I'm big hats and I have, you know, sunblock shirt, long sleeve shirts now. I mean, you just won't see me out in the sun if I'm not covered in sunblock or I got long sleeves, because I don't want to aggravate what I already created, you know, in my 20s and 30s and early 40s.
And a lot of us have that going on, and it's coming for us. The thing is, if you start taking your skin, the younger age that you start taking care of your skin and your hair and everything else, the better it's going to look. So
I wish, dude, I knew then what I know now. You know what I mean? But that's life. You'd have to learn those lessons. But I'm just glad I met you and that we've been able to make this stuff. So.
It's a great line. I mean, let's see. Do we have any questions yet?
I don't know. What do you think?
I have my thing here, my little iPad here, and I'll be asking the questions. I can read these and whatnot. So let's see what we have. First question.
It can be about anything.
Anything.
It doesn't have to be about THCare. It can be about...
Yeah, well, this is about meals.
We just wanted, you know, it was sort of our introduction. I wanted you guys to meet Patrick today.
Exactly.
You know, I really love and respect this guy. And like I love and respect Carl Deichel over at Beachbody. Just two guys, captains of industry, you know, CEOs of their company that are doing it the right way. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you're out there in public and you're in the retail store and you just see this stuff lined up.
A lot of junk.
And what happened? You know how I used to buy something? I'd open the top and smell.
I know, that's how everybody does. But they don't know. We want to educate
pH
people.
balance, paraben, I don't know. Right. And as part of it's education too. Like if you look at people who do P90X, right, or people who drink Shakeology, you know what I mean? It was an educational process for a lot of them.
That's right.
You know, they were just on the elliptical. They were just, you know, doing a whey protein shake in the morning. And, you know, it really, if you see how quickly things are changing, how quickly technology is changing and communication is changing, and how rapidly the earth is changing in every single category, so is the health and wellness and skincare and hair care world. And, you know, what worked 10 years ago because you didn't know better is not benefiting anybody. But when you're willing to just learn the basics, like hanging out with you, being here at the facility, walking, you know, through the manufacturing of
the
it
lab,
all. It's like, what? Like that bulb went off above my head a dozen times down there.
Well, I think for me, I would love the fact that, you know, people trust you. I love the fact that people trust you because you earned their trust over the years. I really believe that. Now you can be an advocate for something that's just as important as fitness, which is your hair and skin.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm excited about what you could do with people's lives.
I'll tell you guys, you know, as a dude, why would this be sort of something I'd be interested in? And partly because of all the pre-cancers and my skin getting creamed. You know what I mean? I know there's some of you out there that are in your 50s and 60s and go,
yep.
I gotta begin to do something. Obviously, sunblock and wearing proper clothing out there is important. And taking care, and hydration and sleep and all these different things, and staying off of sugar and hello.
Oh yeah, that's
there's a lot of sugar, the inflammation and everything else. It's just one more. Low glycemic, gluten-free cherry on top of the whole thing, man.
But let's make it easy for them, right, Tony?
Yeah.
That's why we did it this way. We made it easy. It's simple.
Yeah.
You don't need a million products. This covers it.
This kind of does, man.
Yeah.
This is all I use, so,
Same here.
And it fits in my luggage easy, and I'm good to go.
Okay, we have a question from, it says, do you read this, Liam Cassidy?
Liam Cassidy.
Liam Cassidy. What is your favorite meal of the day and your favorite thing to have for that meal?
Ooh, I'll be honest with you. I don't have a favorite meal. I really don't. It's not like a breakfast, lunch, or dinner thing for me. If I'm at a restaurant and it's dinner time, my favorite meal is that one. I'm looking at that menu, trying to pick something that I know is going to be really tasty, also super healthy, something that's low in sugar, fat, salt, and chemicals. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. And the one meal that I'm most consistent with, I will tell you, is breakfast. And I don't get up first thing in the morning and eat. I usually have like a big old tall glass of water first, like 20 ounces. And I don't like just chug it, but I do my 20 ounces, and then I'll go work out. Maybe I'll do a little pre-workout. Our Beachbody makes this Performance Energize, which I kind of get going on. And then sometimes I'll put some creatine in there too if I'm lifting. But it's usually my shake. And so my shake is frozen blueberries, ice, raw cashews, organic raw cashews, egg whites, right in there, boom, coconut milk. I'm off the almond milk because in the state of California, we learned that it takes like 16 gallons to grow an almond, which is just so wasteful. We're in a drought state, so I got off the almond milk, man. I'm going to hear it from all the almond milk people. And then I put some whey protein, or there's a brand new vegan vanilla Shakeology, which is nuts. Oh my gosh. So not to promote that, I'm just telling you exactly what I do. And then when my wife has time in the morning, she'll make me these, she'll grill mushrooms, onions, 3 kinds of peppers. She'll grill them all up. She'll put that on some Ezekiel toast, like 9 grain. It'll take me a month and a half to go through a loaf of toast. And then she'll put 2 eggs over easy and some sliced avocado. Yeah, that's good.
We got another question, but I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, go.
You stay fitness ready, like for photo shoot ready at all times, and it's not so simple because you got to really watch it, right?
Yes, sir.
So when we call you up, Tony, you ready? And what do you say?
Dude, I go, I'm ready. I'm ready. I mean, occasionally, there's a little bit more over here than I'd like, and I can usually get that, fixed up in about a week.
So on a daily basis, and I don't know if you count calories or not, what amount of calories would you consume for your body weight?
I probably consume a lot less than people think. I used to think I consumed 4,000 calories a day, and then I really looked at it closely, and it's more like 2,500.
Okay.
Really, because I'm an ectomorph. I mean, you can see how lean and striated I am,
yes.
right? I mean, but on camera, I look bigger, and people meet me in person and go, "Oh, I thought you look bigger. I thought you'd be bigger."
They say it adds 15 pounds.
It does.
I think it does.
But for me, it's about 2,500 calories, and I'm not really, and that's just a guess, and it really changes from day to day. And here's the funny thing, we talk about at Beachbody, 5 small meals a day, 5 small meals a day. But for a lot of people, that requires a lot of pre-planning. You really got to get all your containers, and it's a whole thing. You do it a week in advance, and you keep it in the freezer and refrigerator. It's a process. But for the average person who's just trying to get through the week, man, 5 hours will go by, and they'll look at their partner or friend, or they'll think, I'm starving. You know what I mean? And so I was talking to Mark Sisson the other day from the Daily Apple. He's a paleo guy, and I'm not paleo, I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, I'm all of those things. Italian, Indian, Mexican, all of it. I just make sure that I look down at my plate and that my great-great-grandparents know what the heck I'm eating, and it ain't Red Bull and Doritos, I'll tell you that much, right? So I eat whole foods.
No hot Cheetos?
No hot Cheetos.
Damn it.
I'm off the hot Cheetos.
Okay,
man.
good. You got off?
I got off.
You finally kicked it? Good.
I kicked them. Yeah, man. So if I wake up in the morning, I'll do my shake.
Okay.
And I won't have another meal until I'm hungry.
Right.
Right. I might have some blueberries or some nuts or something.
I've been hanging out with you, and you sometimes forget to eat, and then it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah. And then I'm in the middle doing something important, and I'm brain dead.
So we kind of don't want to have that happening, probably, right?
No. And I'll tell you, like everybody, as a fitness celebrity, whatever I am, everybody assumes that we do everything perfect every time. I'm often dehydrated, I'm often sleep deprived, and I'm often hungry, and that's just partly because I'm running around with my head cut off. I mean, obviously, this takes time, and you and I have a lot of meetings and videos.
So you got 3 major projects you're basically working on right now, right? You've got it down to 3, right?
Yeah.
No. That was your goal, I know.
That was my goal. But look, I'm trying to get meals on QVC right now. I'm really excited about that project because so many people are just like, QVC is a source where they can get really great quality at a really great price, just like you. All right, and so that's in the works. T-shirt company like the TH Fitness, TH Life, and TH Care T-shirts, which people are every time I wear one, where do I get one? So we're trying to put that together on the website.
Okay.
Working with Justin over there. Justin, he's helping out
social media,
Yeah, he's a master. And there's a new product that I work on with Beachbody this past week, and it's called I can't tell you, but it is cool. It is cool, and it's not P90X4. I'm sorry. I wish it was. Well, no, I'm glad we did what we did, and that could come in the future. But this
so you're pretty excited about it?
10 times more excited than I was at its inception when Carl, our CEO, was talking about it. At first, I thought, that's not my wheelhouse. And we finished filming on Sunday. We even worked on Saturday and Sunday this past week. Yeah, it was a full week, and then the weekend, because I guess you save money when you work on the week. You get the Friday to Sunday price on lights and cameras.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to break down.
No, man. So it's neat, and I think we're going to reveal it at Summit in New Orleans. So for those of you that'll be in New Orleans, you'll get a sneak peek at that.
So exciting.
Cool.
Well, let me give you another question here.
Yeah.
Christopher Owens, how would you suggest integrating bicycle riding into a P90X routine?
Well, that's a good question. It really depends on the individual quite often. I mean, if you're young and you're getting your sleep and you're getting your good nutrition and you recover pretty well and you're semi-athletic or athletic already, then chances are you can probably do P90X and cycle to some degree. But the worst thing I see from people who have so much ambition is burnout and overtraining. And so be the tortoise or the hare, and the hare always burns out, and they have these great expectations, and they're often dashed because they do too much, too often, too quick. And so if you're going to cycle, then you're probably going to have to cut out Kempo, right, out of P90X and
cardio, maybe the cardio,
and all the cardio-like moves, core synergistics, So I wouldn't double up on P90X. It's a 6-day-a-week program, and so, but some people are amazing. I mean, Dean Karnazes ran 50 marathons in 50 days, in 50 states, right? Laird Hamilton is a beast. A lot of it has to do with your genetics. Are you an ectomorph, a mesomorph, an endomorph? Either skinny or genetically bigger. Right. There's so many things that I don't know about you to be able to answer that question. But I would say, here's what I would say. See, if you really want to do this, in the first 2 to 3 weeks, do P90X and cycle 2 or 3 days a week and see how you feel.
Would a lot of it be your strength, if you're losing strength, like on your sets of reps?
I mean, the cycling, I don't know what your distance is either. I mean, what are you doing, 30 miles 3 times a week, more or less?
3,000 miles a week. Just kidding.
Stop. Forrest, you're like Forrest Gump on a bike.
No, you know what? If your feet are that bad, we should put some oil on that, put some socks on, sleep overnight, and your feet will be better.
There you go.
Maybe not. Go
By
ahead.
the way, it's funny that you bring that up. I do just that because I get that dry stuff around the heel.
You know who taught me that? My wife.
Is that right?
Because we were in Hawaii and my feet got super dry from wearing flip-flops, and they were disgusting.
Yeah.
And she goes, you're like, if your feet touch me in the night, it feels like you're going to rip my skin off.
Yes,
she goes, watch, I figured this out. I go, okay, here it goes. Like, this is going to be stupid. But she basically put oil on my feet, put socks on. I woke up in the morning, and my feet were brand new.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it took a couple nights. I didn't get brand new in one night. But that is exactly what I do. Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, and you put the socks in the wash.
What about this? You had talked to me about this a long time ago when I first met you in our first interview, is that when people do P90X, you know how you go back for the second round?
Yes.
Sometimes you don't have to. if you're feeling like you're not.
You don't have to.
If you're
what?
getting tired, like it says, now let's go back, boys and girls, and do it again. And you're like, you know what we say.
I love you, Tony.
Do you know what we say when we are all beat down and like you just did half of the plyo and then you go, let's do it again? And hey, we get a bonus, boys and girls. You know, sometimes we're saying nice stuff to you, right? But you told me, hey, sometimes you don't have to do it all, right?
No, you don't. And that's, I think, the reason why P90X had a relatively low, and this is just the truth, completion rate. I mean, we sold millions. I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A lot of them were pirated. I would say that a third of P90X's DVDs were pirated. Straight out of China, man, like whack-a-mole. Our lawyers were working overtime to try to get these factories to stop making pirated P90Xs. So there are, millions and millions and millions, but hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people finished. Like they got the box, they opened it up, they got busy, they did the 90 days, and then maybe they did Insanity or some other product that Beachbody makes and come back to P90X. But a lot of people crap out on day 30 to day 60. That's where it just goes, I'm into it. But you got plyo, and you got chest and back, and you got core synergistics, and you got shoulders and arms, and you've got upper X, and it just feels like you're overwhelmed. But the few and the proud, and I just put a post on Facebook, sort of a tribute to P90X. Because a lot of people have X3 and they did hardcore, and there's a whole demographic out there that haven't even done it yet. And I said, hey man, you might want to check out the original. It takes a major commitment, but it is, look, when you sell millions of something, that's something, you're doing something right.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people just will tap me on the shoulder at the airport or walking through a hallway, in a hotel room, whatever, and said, that product changed my life. That product helped me fight cancer. That product improved the relationship with my family. That product, allowed me to meet the girl of my dreams because I had the energy and enthusiasm to go after
the confidence.
what I want. And the confidence. Yeah, bingo.
I could never do a push-up. I can do 10, I never could do a pull-up. Now I could do 15 pull-ups, they may say. And they go, it made me feel like that was something I could never achieve. But with your motivation and, obviously modifying sometimes, which you talk about in P90X, modifying, right? So.
Well, if you look at the simple state of fear that people are on any given day, and that fear is usually of the unknown. You know what I mean? Your fear of this, that, it's just because it's hard to predict the future. You look at P90X, you see that it's 90 days, you see it's 6 days a week, you see these workouts are an hour. That's unpredictable. Like you can't predict how you're going to respond to that. It almost feels incredibly overwhelming before you even begin. But if you just sort of turn all, I have my expression, which I've actually trademarked, do your best and forget the rest.
Absolutely.
So what does that say? It just says, I'm going to try this thing. And look, I jumped out of a Chinook at 15,000 feet with my wife. Not predictable. You know what I mean? I jumped into Corbett's Couloir in Jackson Hole, which is an elevator shaft on my skis. Not predictable. But you do all these series of things in your life so that, that you take these risks so that you can experience your life. Like you starting this company. Like you look at, when I walk through this place, you have warehouse after warehouse after warehouse. You have a studio that you're shooting things in. You've got the factory down below. It's incredible. It wasn't like you just woke up one morning and went, yes, here's all this stuff I have. Here we go. Here are all my hundreds of employees. There were these little tiny steps. And I'm sure, there were fears and trepidations along the way. Yep. Like this, you met me on an afternoon. We shot some stuff.
That's true.
And then, you had done P90X. You had confidence in my ability to be able to disseminate good ideas for people. This is a risk. We're taking a risk. The folks out here are like, Tony Horton, you're a fitness guy. You talk about Shakeology. But how am I supposed to believe you about this? And $19 for shampoo? I'm used to paying $5. Like, why would I want to
And you're getting what you pay for.
You are, man. Your pH balance is 7. You know what I mean? There's probably sulfates that are drying out your skin. I don't know. So if you care about this stuff, like I was forced to, because my hair and skin was crap. I was forced to. I mean, Carl just sort of came into my life. Like, what is luck? Luck is opportunity meeting readiness. The opportunity came. Fortunately, I was ready. I met Carl. Same thing with you.
Yep.
And this.
There you go.
Care.
Let's see. We got more questions coming. So, Miriam Razi, what is your preferred protein shake? What kind of protein?
Primal Kitchen, Mark Sisson's product, is a whey protein, coconut vanilla flavored. I'm a fan of that for sure. It's just really simple. He's a paleo guy, right? He's a primal guy. But our we just now Beachbody has, now I wouldn't call Shakeology a protein shake, but it is formulated as one of the healthiest high density nutrition products I can put in my body. And now we have 4. We have cafe latte, chocolate, vanilla, and I believe strawberry.
Okay. And question of those 4 flavors, what's
I'm
your
a
favorite?
vanilla. The vanilla
guy?
rocks me.
Okay.
I've so now I'm going back and forth. But that vanilla in the morning with the blueberries, the cashews, the egg whites.
Yeah,
I bulk it up.
That's the one you gave me. Yeah. It was good.
It was
really good.
It's 2 hours getting down here from here.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
I finished it in your parking lot.
Okay.
I mean, it's like mud, because I got all that stuff in there.
Yeah.
And, my wife has been away for a week, so she got up in the morning at 6 o'clock, brought the dog into the vet, then had a doctor's appointment, So there was no eggs in the morning. So that's the good old blender can make me a beautiful meal.
Love it. Also, we had a question here that says, many people are asking, any upcoming book ideas?
Funny that you should ask.
Oh, here it goes.
I got this new manager, Peter Capozzi.
That's the guy I met, right?
Yeah, you met Peter.
He's cool.
Good dude.
Like
just he's just a great guy. And I've written 3 books: Bring It, Crush It, and oh my gosh, The 11 Laws That'll Change Your Life, The Big Picture. And I thought, okay, 3 books is enough books. And books are not a place where you make money. It's just not anymore. Back in the old days, you know what I mean, you get a big signing bonus for huge bucks and all that. But those days are done because books just aren't as popular. Sadly enough, magazines and newspapers are dying around the country.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody wants to get it all in here.
I know.
But books are here too.
Absolutely.
But what I wanted to do, and every time I go anywhere, always the number one subject is much less about fitness and more about nutrition. It just always is. The healthcare. 90%
of it is nutrition.
Nutrition.
Yeah, I did the P90X. I was like, what, 250 pounds?
Right.
Huge. And you go, whoa, you're pretty big. And he goes, did you do the diet?
Most people don't.
I know.
But the diet is where the health is. Okay,
Yeah.
so fitness, exercise, that allows your body to be able to go do things, climb stairs, climb mountains, get on your bike, do yoga, play basketball, you know what I mean? Move on to CrossFit, do mud runs. Fitness allows your body, allows you to have an experience. Mm-hmm. It allows you to have stories to tell. It allows you to go do things that are fun and cool and a little bit scary, but when you're done with it, you feel like, I've lived a life.
Yeah, and just in one case, like chase your kid around. Keep up with them a little bit,
exactly.
right?
You got a young
Take him to the beach. I got a 3.5-year-old. It's great.
Yeah.
That guy, I'm ready to go.
But there's a lot of people that do that and don't really track the food because they assume that one is a substitute for the other. And so food purely it's one of 2 things on a very, this is a very broad statement. It's either health or it's disease. Health or disease. So this hole in your face, this gob, all right, it's controlled by these things in your mind. And so if you understand that the quality of ingredients is essential, that whole foods are essential, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, how do you get those foods into your food hole on a daily basis, week after week, a month after month, year after year, decade after decade, for the course of the length of your life? That's what this next book's about. It's really breaking down, I want to call the book
The struggle.
The struggle with food.
Yeah, serious.
How do you shop? How do you deal with cravings? How do you
time management?
How do you decide whether you're a vegan, a vegetarian, a paleo, and when to change? What are quick meals? So it's menus, it's philosophy, it's a breakdown of family culture. Let's say you're Indian or Italian, or you grow up in a community where you can't find vegetables for 20 miles. So it's gonna be an encyclopedia about all things food and supplements. That's
I love it.
So it's a big project, man. And already I interviewed Mark Sisson. I've interviewed over there at Primal Kitchen. I interviewed Darren O'Lean, who's the formulator of Shakeology, and then Brendan Brazier, who's the creator of Vega. Vega's it's in every Whole Foods, every grocery store. It's in Costco now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so really talking to these guys. And here's what's really interesting. You got one guy 2 of them are vegan, one of them's paleo, but it's all plant-based. They're all eating lots of vegetables and salads and greens and roughage, and their fiber is through the roof, and they're not eating, and none of them, not one of those 3 guys will eat a cookie or a cracker or a chip or soda or
sugar's not worth it, right?
Or a bagel or a pancake or a waffle. Wouldn't go near that for a minute. It's just, to those guys, it's poison. And, you know, I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm probably 90% there. So, and I also talk about that in the book. You know, my evolution of just being a kid who grew up on fast food and snacks and sugary cereals to somebody who, you know, I'll look at a piece of, you know, flourless chocolate mousse cake, and I have to do like a whole, help me, please help me from eating that, you know, and then that feeling passes, and then later on I feel better. My energy has been 10 times what it was when I was even when I was an occasional sugar consumer. Sugar really is trouble for so many people. But then again, there's no universal truths about this. So it's also a discovery. The book, I hope to be, is a discovery as to who you need to be, and so that you can live a long and vibrant, healthy life, not only just somebody who exercises on a regular basis, who can go out and do things.
I love it. Yeah. We have a question here is from David Melcher. It says, what is the best way to work my back from an injury that doesn't allow for upper body workouts, including pull-ups, push-ups, weights, etc.? So they're hurting.
Well, I don't know what his injury is. That would be helpful. I don't.
Yeah.
You know. And that kind of question comes up often.
Yeah, it does.
For me, like this. And so I'm not your physical therapist. I'm not your doc. So I just wouldn't be able to answer that, you know, without a little bit more information. I would say gentle stretching. You know, simple yin yoga would be maybe a nice, safe thing that you could probably do. And you've got an injured back and you can't do pull-ups. That's just something I think for your orthopedic person to look at and talk about.
And then there's one here, he says, shout out to Doug Collins. He is in his last week of P90X this week, 3 days left. Stay with it. So I guess they want to hear a shout out from Big Tony.
Doug Collins, you star, dude. You're a rock star. Oh, I'm getting all the way through it. See, you're part of that select a few people who managed to finish. And that is...
Good job.
The crowd goes wild.
I've gone through it a lot of times, and I know. Good job, man.
Yeah.
Good job.
Not easy.
No.
Not easy. You know.
You have your ups and downs.
A lot of people don't get past day 60.
Well, you get an injury sometimes, or you go on a vacation,
or
and
your girlfriend broke up with you,
yeah.
or you got you know a stomach flu that week, and there's so many things that kind of throw people off. Here's something that maybe will help some people who have either whether it's P90X or hardcore or whatever it is, X3. You know, people have a little hiccup. A 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 10 day hiccup, you know, and we're like, where do I pick it up? You know, P90X is not a 90-day program. It's a program to help you understand the importance of regular exercise for the rest of your life. So don't get all hung up on the 90th day so that you can take an after picture to show your friends. I mean, that's nice and you can see it, but then don't forget day 91, 92, 244, 7,016 is coming. Mm-hmm. And so my thing is, what can I do 5 to 7 days a week this week? You know, and that's it. I mean, 5 days a week. And it's usually sort of an upper body, lower body rotation. Some lower body, like tonight I'm gonna do cardio, right? Which is, I'm gonna be rowing on a rowing machine. Okay. I'm gonna be hitting a heavy bag. I'm gonna be jumping rope. I'm gonna be on a Versa climber. I'm gonna be on a treadmill. I'm gonna be on a stationary bike. So, because it's cardiovascular nature, these are exercises I can do for prolonged periods of time. Like plyometrics, you can't do jump knee tucks for 5 minutes. You know, I mean, you can do like 30 of them and then you're toast, right?
Pretty much.
So it's all about muscle recruitment. So I have lower intensity muscle recruitment days, and then I have higher intensity muscle recruitment days. Tomorrow morning will be chest and back. It's all pull-ups and push-ups and lat pulls and bench presses, right? So, but then Friday is all rib cage down because my upper body is trashed. That's a pattern that works for most people for a lifetime with little moments of like 3 or 4 or 5 day breaks here and there. You're on a vacation, you want to chill out. But you know, you want to get 22 days in a month. That's really it. And so that's January, February, March, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 30, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that, because it allows you to be young. You know, I have this sort of irreverent phrase that people get aggravated at when I say it, but aging is for idiots. Which, what I'm saying is, aging is for people who aren't willing to do the work and the research to live a lifestyle that will change them forever. But that doesn't look as cool on a t-shirt as aging is for idiots.
Exactly.
Aging is for the uneducated. Aging is for people who aren't applying the things
Aging
they
is for the ignorant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad word. It means you just don't know.
I'm not talking numerically, of course. I mean, we're not going to change the numbers. The numbers are the numbers. I'm talking biologically.
Absolutely.
You know, who we are, mind, body, soul, as a human being. Mm-hmm. And I'm almost 60. I don't know what that feels like. I mean, you know, thanks to you and a little TH care and some regular exercise and some sleep, I don't think, I mean, this is my hair, people. I'm going to look at it.
Yeah, it's a real deal.
That's it, man. Look, you see the gray? You can see it's in there, and I can't dye every other hair. That's a gray one, that's a gray one, that's a gray one. And the beard, you can see it's gray here and here. But this is it, man. This is who I am.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people who are my age look like my grandparents, man. So,
oh, absolutely.
And they can't, I'm going to Mammoth this weekend, and I'm going to ski Hangman's, which is this steep, narrow toilet bowl, double black diamond.
No problem. It's fun.
It's fun. It's a little scary.
Yeah.
But it's
you
fun.
like that pucker.
I like that. I do.
Yeah, you do.
I do, man.
Well, the city asks is, okay, we were talking about these products here. How do we get these products? I guess that is a good question.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it for a little while.
Go to TonyHortonLife.com and get it.
Yeah, TonyHortonLife.com.
TonyHortonLife.com.
Yeah. And look at the TH Hair,
tab, hit the tab and get it right there.
Yeah, and I know we have a special going on right now. If they buy any product, they get another one for absolutely free. So that's kind of cool on you.
And we're doing that partly because we just want you to try them, man. We want your feedback. Yeah. Do we have those testimonials? Can you guys
right before we leave, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, so...
you know some of these people.
I know Peter.
Okay.
You know, I know Scott. These other folks I don't know, but
we have like hundreds and hundreds of great reviews.
Yeah, this is only a little handful. Derek, no animal testing. I love that. Tony, we didn't mention that. Mandy, now you can work out and get clean with TH. Nice. John, scored Nourish along with the conditioning, shaving stuff. Both top-notch products. Dina, my son Leo, and I use TH Care products and absolutely love, all caps, love them. Trust me, I traveled to Greece with them last summer and they saved our skin and hair from the hot Mediterranean sun. Awesome. So there you have it. There's just some of them, but all off of Facebook. Oh, wait, there's more. Jamie, love both. We have it because it's not overly scented, and my husband and I can both use it. Bingo. So that's
a good one.
I haven't seen these. These are new. Matthew, quality is the most important, but the new look is very reminiscent of what you find in an expensive salon. Best of luck. There it is. There's the new stuff. It's so clean
really
and beautiful, dude. Yeah, the other one, we had the black on ones. We kind of wanted to be kind of gritty, but a lot of the gals are like, oh, I don't know.
Holistic formulas for both men and women, which is kind of cool too.
Let's see here. Dina, Now that you mention it, they sort of did look like dumbbells, the old ones. I like the new look. Yeah, cool. Please promise that the formulas are still the same. Are they still the same?
Yeah, they are. They're still the same. And actually, the new ones are completely new. I mean, which makes sense, right?
Right.
The old ones are the same, yes.
Oh, the new ones didn't exist before.
That's right.
So those are
good questions, guys. Thanks so much. And then I think that's it for today. I think, just get the buy one, get one free, use the special coupon code, and we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. I just want to finish by saying thanks for looking in. Thanks for meeting Patrick. It's been an awesome day, my brother.
It's been great.
Here at the,
as always,
at the facility, at the factory, at the...
And we took some videos, guys, that we'll be launching on both Facebook and on Instagram on your website. Kind of some fun stuff we did here. Get the behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, you're welcome, my brother. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching in. And we're going to make this a regular thing. We're going to do some Facebook Live stuff at least once a week. So we'll give you plenty of notice and let you know. We'll get a regular thing going on. Thank you for watching.